I know we did some predictions. I think maybe it was our first episode, low key. It was either our first or second episode. We
Yeah.
did some predictions for the top 6 based on the midway point of the season, and I actually have those written down. So I'm just gonna run through those real quick. I don't. You probably don't even remember what you said at the time, but
I remember Nottingham Forest like third or something.
funny you say that. Let's start with Eric. Let's start with Eric. So midway through the season, I don't remember exactly what the table was like at the time, but in terms of predictions, Eric predicted Newcastle to finish 6th. So one off, not bad. Chelsea to finish 5th. So one off again. You predicted Arsenal to finish 4th.
Interesting.
Which I think isn't crazy considering Saka was injured, but they were able to hold on to that second place. You predicted City to finish 3rd, so spot on. City in 3rd place. You predicted Forest to finish 2nd, and they dropped off to 7th. Although to be fair, the points there's not much in it, but they did drop off to finish 7th. And Liverpool, of course, to win the title, which they did indeed do. So, not bad, honestly. I think the Forest one is the big stinker in there, but not bad.
Word. Yeah,
I'm remembering now. I definitely had them first. Fight Liverpool, I think.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah, I was calling it the Everton season.
Well, funny you say that. So let's run through yours. So in 6th place, I'm not laughing at you because 6th place you had Villa, and Villa did in fact finish 6th place. 5th place, Newcastle United. Back to back, spot on. 4th place, Chelsea. 2nd place, no wait, I just skipped. 3rd place, Arsenal. So one off there. 2nd place, Liverpool. So once again, one off there. But this one, Forest first place. I just made up that entire gap. Which that also means you had City finishing outside the top 6.
Yeah,
they were
I was on my hater energy that day.
Heavy. I remember you specifically saying, just because I hate City, they're not finishing top 6.
Yeah. I remember that. I stand by it. Proud.
City, to be fair to City, I gotta and we'll get into my predictions because I had factored this in, although it didn't quite come true. But I'll just get into mine and see why I said that. 6th place, I had Bournemouth, which they finished 9th. I was choosing out of those teams who were like in the 7 to 10 range. One of them hoping they would sneak in there. It didn't quite happen, unfortunately. I should have bet on Brighton, if anything. But Bournemouth, solid team this year. 5th place, I had Chelsea. I remember specifically saying they're not going to make top 4 because I think at the time we didn't know it was going to be top 5 yet. I specifically said I didn't back them to make top 4. I didn't have faith. But they did even better than that. 4th place, I had Forest. I thought they would drop a little, but not too much. And obviously, they could not sustain the first half of the season that they had. 3rd place, I had Arsenal. One off. They ended up maintaining 2nd, like we said. And here's where I flipped. I put City at 2nd because I thought City would right the ship in the back half of the season, which they did, to be fair. But it wasn't enough. They weren't able to overcome Arsenal. I specifically remember saying, I think it would be hilarious if after the worst stretch in a long time for City, they still finish above Arsenal. That would be completely like comedy. To be fair, 3-point difference considering the season City have had.
It's still very funny.
It's crazy. Because Arsenal fans will have you believe if Liverpool weren't Salah wasn't going crazy, Arsenal would be the best team in the country. Clearly, it's not that big a gap.
Bro. It's crazy too when you think about like London teams, bro. You really got Tottenham winning a trophy in 17th, and Arsenal
Crazy.
2nd, trophyless again, fumbling the Champions League. I mean, how long is that dude Arteta, you think, going to be there at this point?
I think, honestly, he has to get silverware next season. He has to, because at this point in
Yeah.
time, we're in what, like year 5,
Yeah.
maybe year 5
Something
of the
like
project, 5 or 6, something crazy. And obviously, there's a lot of young players, but we may have discussed this before. I think for their top players, maybe not Saka because he's a academy kid, but like someone like Saliba, this guy's gonna want to win trophies at some point. He's one of the best center backs in Europe.
Yeah.
There's no reason why, cause I'm sure Madrid are knocking on his door already. If they don't win something next season, if I'm Saliba, I'm like, hey man, Madrid are calling, I'm going. Like, I'm trying to win something. So I feel like Arteta, slyly, I think because they got to the semifinals of the Champions League, it's slightly giving them a little more gas in the tank for next season. And they're hoping they don't have as many injuries as they had this season. Because to be fair, Odegaard was out early, Saka was out for a solid chunk of the back half. But I definitely think there's some panicking happening very soon for Arsenal.
Yeah.
But Liverpool, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I agree. I mean, I feel like with this amount of time, how it's gone, I mean, how long can the vibes truly stay up with him there and like not winning anything? In the like how
yeah. I was gonna say everyone coming into this season, if you would have told them Manchester City are gonna go like 1 win in 13 games, everyone would have said, especially Arsenal fans would have said,
we're winning the league.
Yeah, Arsenal won the league. Like comfortably, Arsenal should be the best team in the league if City are falling off like that. But they finished 10 points behind Liverpool with a brand new coach. Obviously, to be fair to Slot, or to be fair to Arteta, it's not like Slot just came in with a bunch of bums. Like, he had a pretty good foundation with Klopp, but still, I think 10-point gap isn't even as representative of how much better Liverpool were. I think if a team was pushing them for a title race, Liverpool could have hit 90, 93, but they probably honestly could have hit 96 points. Like, they were really good. They were genuinely really good.
Yeah.
They did not try for the last however many games. But
it's really interesting just this season in general, the points, and like I feel like so many teams were so close and no one really stood out as dominant other than Liverpool. Like it really just seemed like a mixed bag season. And you know, even just going back to Tottenham for a sec with them winning the Europa League, like that's crazy how this Tottenham side won a trophy. I mean, you think back to like the side they had in 2015, 2016, you would think they would have won a few trophies. So it's just the standards all around are so jumbled. It's insane.
For sure. And I think one that looks bad on Europe, like the fact that the 17th. And
I think on the Prem.
Well, I'm about to get to the Prem because the Prem is its own issue. But I think the fact that the 17th place team in the Premier League beat out all these other, obviously he's not the best teams in Europe, they're in the Champions League, but still like the solid teams in their league who should be finishing like 4th, 5th in their league, who are in the Europa League, are just getting beaten by the 17th team in the Premier League. It just shows how much money is in the Premier League specifically, which that there's a certain imbalance there with the rest of Europe. Obviously I think it's not accurate that Tottenham are actually the 17th best team in the Prem. If you look at their goal difference, the fact that they only have -1 goal difference, and like, let's see, like Fulham are on 0, Palace are on 0, and they're like 11th, 12th. I feel like that's more accurate to where Tottenham could be if they're healthy, because they did have both of their starting center backs out basically the whole year, and with their high line, they need those 2 center backs specifically. But still, and like you said, for the Premier League, they have a real issue. Like the fact that these 3 relegated teams, it was a foregone conclusion that they're going straight back down, and even with the teams right ahead of them being so bad, there's still a 13-point gap from them and Tottenham. We have a real issue in the Premier League. I think one, it's a good thing because the mid-table is super competitive. Like you said, like Brighton, Bournemouth, Brentford, Fulham, Palace, like that run of teams, that's a super interesting mid-table to have, and they can take points off any of the top 6 in any game. Like, it's really, maybe Liverpool is probably the hardest, but still, I think Fulham took points off Liverpool, Forest took points off Liverpool in both games. Like, those teams are really dangerous in any given season. So it's really, I don't know what next year. I think it's Leeds coming up, Burnley, and Sunderland coming up next year. I'm hoping one of them can shake up the establishment, but we might be looking at the same 17 teams every year for however many years to come, because the gap between the Prem and the Championship is massive right now.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I got nothing more to add to that.
Yeah, no, fair. But yeah, that's pretty much it to wrap up season. It's been a fun season. I think overall, obviously we didn't have much of a title race, which you always want a title race, so that was a bit of a shame. I'm sure Liverpool fans don't care, but in terms of that mid-table and like the top 5 race, it did end up being a little bit interesting to the end of the season. So I would say it's a solid season, but I think next year, and we'll definitely be talking about it over the summer with transfers, and we'll do a preview for next year, probably toward the end of August. But I think next year is going to be really interesting, like super interesting, because there's no way in my mind we see United and Spurs this low. So even if they're battling with like that stretch from like Brighton to Palace, that's going to be a fascinating mid-table, like so interesting. So
yeah,
I think next year is going to be really fun.
I think I'm gonna hold my optimism until we get some transfers going.
Yeah, fair. If you guys, like you said, you got Cunha. If you guys get Embuemo, I think you guys are looking at.
Yeah,
that's interesting. It's interesting. I think you guys
solid.
need more
I don't know why, huh?
I think you need more athletes in general. Like
more athletes. I thought you said Delap because I'm a bit scared. I saw today that there are rumors that might be confirmed. I don't know. I don't know why we're going after a dude who looks like he works at Dunder Mifflin, bro. Like, sorry.
He scored 12 goals in the league for a relegated side. It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's not bad, but is that for Manchester United? Is that what we want?
Probably not. Honestly, probably not. But I think at this point, if the bar is Højlund, I think you want someone who's Premier League. I think more than anything, you want someone who's Premier League proven, because the whole signing people from Europe, clearly it's not working. Like clearly these guys aren't transferring over the way you'd hope. So
at least the current gen, bro. At least the current gen. Yeah. The past few days, I've been thinking back to Zlatan when he was at Man U, bro, and I'm just like, I miss those days, bro. I miss those days so much. God.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see Ambram actually get some players in.